Come on, guys. I did get a haircut. My hair isn't wild anymore. But either way, I want to talk about Ben Simmons. And he's not getting traded, guys. So today's video, we'll be talking about teams do not believe Daryl Morey is bluffing about keeping Ben Simmons. I don't know how I'll phrase it. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you guys agree with the reports? The Sacramento Kings have came out and said who were the most aggressive and front runners allegedly to land Ben Simmons. They have literally said, we do not see a pathway to creating an agreement that fulfills what we want and fulfills what the Sixers want. So they have ended their pursuit of Ben Simmons. Now, according to, rumors and Mark Stein I believe Mark Stein works for the Bleacher Report, Sports Illustrated. He said, I can't find a team out there these days that believes Daryl Morey is bluffing about keeping Ben Simmons past the deadline. A, first make what sounds to outsiders as rather hopeless attempts to convince Simmons to rejoin the team for a playoff drive. And B, more importantly, retaining Simmons to offer him as a centerpiece offseason trade pitch for the likes of Damian Lillard of the Portland Trailblazers, Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards, Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics, and obviously the man that Daryl Morey has said that he wants more than anything, more than life itself, is James Harden. So we sit here, and obviously, you look at a deal. Can he trade? I think trading Ben Simmons for Jaylen Brown or Damian. I mean, Jaylen Brown might be the easiest out of those four guys to get, even though Jaylen Brown isn't, up for sale right now. I really think as more and more time passes, I really think Bradley Beal wants to stay in Washington. Damian Lillard, yeah, he could potentially be out. But why would Ben Simmons? Well, I mean, Ben Simmons can't really choose, but Ben Simmons, I don't know if a team like Portland, would they want to build around Ben Simmons? I think they would. And I would think Brooklyn, I mean, James Harden would be great, but there also has been rumors that James Harden is an egomaniac. He's a control freak. Like, he'll literally throw a bad pass or take a shot, instead of giving the ball to Embiid, people will say, just to prove to Embiid, to tell Embiid, like, non-verbally, I'm the man, if James Harden does go there. So there are people saying that, Ben Simmons is going for James Harden isn't a good deal for the 76ers because James Harden is a control freak. I mean, Jaylen Brown would be awesome, but I really think they need Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard, or James Harden are the guys to move to the I love Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown's a fantastic prospect. He has a lot. He's going to have a long career in the league. But the thing is that I don't know if teams view Ben Simmons being traded for Jaylen Brown. The 76ers specifically see that as them getting better. I think definitely the Celtics would like that because Ben Simmons would help with Marcus Smart. Now you probably put out Aaron Nesmith or another shooter out there, Jason Tatum, and then Robert Williams. I know there's a little bit of a fear that Robert Williams might not work right there, which I do fear. And then in Brooklyn, you think about James Harden being traded for Ben Simmons. That's Ben Simmons, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie. If Kyrie stays, that's an interesting team because it's kind of the perfect point guard and the perfect forward next to a guy like Ben Simmons. Now, if you go for Damian Lillard, that's going to be Ben Simmons, CJ McCollum, Anthony Simons, Norman Powell, and whoever else they keep on that roster. I mean, I assume they get rid of Yusuf Nurkic. So Nurkic, I think definitely it's very interesting what they could do, guys. There's a lot of possibilities, and I think it's pretty endless. But that's definitely where I want to hear what you guys would do if you guys were this Philadelphia 76ers. What would you guys do for a Ben Simmons trade? That's definitely something I want to hear, and let's go over it. I mean, I'm going to make the thumbnail as I do this. Ben Simmons, Sixers. Let's go. I mean, look, Ben Simmons, it's really hard to understand what Ben Simmons is thinking. Because, first off, Ben Simmons hasn't played since, like, June, guys. Isn't that crazy to think about, that this man hasn't played since freaking June? And I think that's the part where I just sit here, I'm just still mind blown that this guy hasn't played basketball, it feels like, in a year. I mean, it might be a year till he plays basketball. Pulling a Le'Veon Bell out here. What happened to Le'Veon Bell? That guy really did fall off. He fell off like no other and kind of screwed himself. I mean, he did get the money. that he wanted from New York. But I really think Ben Simmons, do you think Ben Simmons just wants to also be the man? He's never gotten a chance to be the man. I think that's the other thing is, like, I think he kind of wants to be viewed as, like, the guy. Because since going to the 76ers, he never got a shot to really be the man. The man was Joel Embiid always. So, like, you could argue that maybe part of this is because he's never gotten a chance to be his own man. So that's where I leave this video, guys. I want to hear your thoughts. Till next time, guys. Peace out.